The question of business class storage is no longer one of if, but how much. Admins that value ROI aren't going to swamp their server performance with software-based RAID. No matter what their size or applications, businesses want best-in-class speed, protection, simplicity, and scalability. Adaptec's new Series 5 line of unified serial SATA SAS controllers delivers on all of these qualities. Series 5 cards use Intel's IOP 348 storage processor clocked at 1.2 GHz. This is one of the fastest storage chips available today, but Adaptec also provides for up to 512 megabytes of DDR2 cache and integrates a new RAID on-chip architecture. In previous designs, you'd have separate bridge ASICs for the I/O, storage processor, memory, and PCI bus. RAID on-chip integrates all of these functions into one chip. The end results are lower latencies and industry-leading performance. The Series 5 benefits are glaring when you compare against last year's comparable Series 3 models. RAID 0 streaming writes, roughly a 24% improvement. RAID 0 streaming reads, 35% improvement. RAID 0 media writes, over a 200% gain. But let's get serious. How about tests with a 16-drive RAID 6? Streaming writes on the Series 5 show a nearly 300% boost, while media write scores reveal an almost ludicrous improvement of over 1,000%. The fact is that Series 5 cards are best of breed for server apps spanning file, email, media, web, database, and more. Of course, there are almost as many different kinds of storage solutions as there are businesses to run them. So let's take 3 examples as some suggestions for where and how you might deploy these products. First, the basic small business system, a pedestal server, or maybe even a souped-up consumer tower. With, say, 10 or 20 employees, this company needs a multi-purpose machine that's long on dependability and capacity, but still easy on the bottom line. The 5405 is a MD2 low-profile card with a x8 PCI Express slot, 256 megabytes of cache, and 4 lanes of internal SAS connectivity through a single SFF 8087 port. Using the bundled 1-to-4 splitter, you can direct connect up to 4 SAS or SATA drives. Take 4 enterprise SATA drives, something like Seagate's Barracuda ES2, and use Adaptec Storage Manager software to tie them into a RAID 6. That's double redundancy, enterprise-class drive dependability, and a fraction of what most SAS drives would cost per gigabyte. Now, most companies anticipate steady growth, and that means constant need for more storage. One smart way for a small business to anticipate growth is with a controller like Adaptec's 5445, which is identical to the 5405, except that this unit steps up to 512 megabytes of cache and adds a 4-lane SFF 8088 external SAS port for connecting out to a JBOD enclosure. Keep in mind that each SAS lane delivers up to 3 gigabits per second of bandwidth, so a 4-lane connection means 12 gigabytes per second, or roughly 1,200 megabytes per second. For companies that have made the jump to rack mounting, the 5445 makes a great storage backbone in a 2U server, perhaps Intel's SSR212MC2, which requires low-profile add-in cards. The internal 4-port connector feeds to the server's backplane and its 12 attached drives, while the external connector tackles an added JBOD or RBOD. This is when you start to appreciate that all Series 5 cards work with SAS expanders and daisy chaining to control up to 256 SAS or SATA drives. Not all storage-oriented servers use active backplanes. A company may want high drive counts at the lowest cost. In such cases, a chassis like Supermicro's SC836TQ makes total sense. This 3U box holds 16 hot-swappable 3.5-inch SAS or SATA drives. The unit's passive backplane interfaces with drives in the front, while the flip side features 16 data connectors that tether back to 4 SAS ports. The go-to card for this job is Adaptec's 51645, a full-height card that's still only half length, so as to provide better system airflow. You still get the external SAS port, making 20 total SAS lanes. Plus, there are protection-minded features like enclosure management support and a battery backup interface. The backup battery serves to keep write data stuck between the system and the drive platters alive for up to 72 hours during a blackout until power can be restored. Series 5 models support from 4 to 28 SAS ports. Even with the ability to support over 200 drives from one controller, there could be times when the 2 gigabytes per second of bandwidth in a x8 PCI Express bus becomes a bottleneck. No problem. Just add another Series 5 card. Adaptec Storage Manager software will see both and consolidate them under one remotely manageable graphical interface. This is the level of flexibility, reliability, and performance your clients need in a storage solution. Your system may be modest or massive, but if it's going to deliver what a customer needs today and provide almost unlimited scalability for the future, start that system with the Series 5.